Okay, people, day 2 of the 66-day challenge. And why it's a 66-day challenge, if you don't know, there are 66 books in the Bible, or what we call books. So, and I was saying on day 1, I'm going to take one verse to start out these videos each day, these live streams. So, it's the 66-day challenge of live streaming every single day, starting with a verse from the Bible. Today we are in Exodus, which is the second book of the Bible, what we call books. Um, so, and I've chosen one hero and one villain from my universe. They are not necessarily ones that you'll see very first off in my universe. I might not see for 2 or 3 years down the road or more, because I have a very wide range of characters. I've got lots of characters. I'm always creating new characters. Yeah. No, it's just to get them out in the public eye. uh, so I guess I will share. I don't really need to share, do I? Well, not yet. Anyways, okay. So our verse today is found in Exodus 4, verse 10. And I was just went into the Bible Gateway and started going through went to chapter 1 of Exodus, and started skimming through, and this is one that sort of popped out. So, and maybe I'll probably end up commenting on it. Wrote the video as I did with yesterday's video as I was doing. Okay, so again, Exodus chapter 4, verse 10, out of the NIV, New International Version. Moses said to the Lord, "Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past, nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue." Strange verse to grab for my second one for me. But, I think you can possibly get a lot out of it. Like I said, I would be referring back to it probably throughout the thing. So I guess now we will share. And actually, no, that's going to be a bonus. Okay, so now we are going to share my screen. That I don't want to get myself on YouTube on my tablet to see whether I'm getting any. Where you're seeing here is a character I'm calling Kid Thunder. And although this live stream is happening at about 20 to 10, quarter to 10, I'm going to be trying to do my live streams Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday at about noon. Today I'm doing it early because I want to go see a movie early in the morning to see it cheap. It starts at 11:15, so hopefully I've done this stuff in an hour approximately. So as I said, who you're seeing here is Kid Thunder. He is going to be a rip off of Thor, I like that I can really rip off Thor, because he's fair game character because of being a Norse god, but this guy is not going to actually be a Norse god. When he first comes on the scene, or part of its history is going to be that at some point he did think that he was a the Norse god Thor, but this is I don't know a super lot about him, but although I'm slowly coming up with the idea of him, I know his last name's going to be Odinson, so and he has a Norse or Viking ancestry, so he's going to assume a lot, and I'm not sure how his powers develop, but he's going to be a little bit delusional at first, and then somebody's going to witness to him because I want him to be a good guy. He's going to be part of a team that I'm going to create called the Justice Teens of the World. You know, we know what you're thinking. That is a direct rip off, and you're sort of right. But the Justice Teens will consist of teenage versions of characters with similar powers to characters that might appear in other comics that and maybe even somewhat similar origins. But they will be enough different that hopefully I can't get sued for some sort of infringement. DC and Marvel do it all the time, right? So, but then again, they're big names to each other, and so this, like I said, this guy is named. I don't know what his first name is, but he's Odinson. Oh, take what you will from that. So now about that verse, you know, to me, that verse is saying to be used by God to do what God wants you to. You don't always have to be talented in the way that is needed. God will help provide you with the talent that you need as long as you're willing to obey. Because, as Moses said there, you want me to go talk before a king? And, well, hello, um, I don't really got the gift of speech. I'm not that much of a, I shouldn't say politician, but But and although we don't see God's response in that verse, we do know Moses was used of God for this. He was the leader of. God wants to use you in a certain way. He's going to equip you in some way, shape, or form. You don't need to worry about that. I'm not sure what else I can say. You know, we know. You know, we all have self doubt. It's like, God, you want to use me? I can't speak worth beans, as Moses was sort of trying to say there in his way. You sure you got the right guy? Uh, God ends up saying, yeah, I'm sure I got the right guy. I know who I want. Because the thing is, God does not make mistakes. And that's something we as humans have to learn. So many areas we want to go change in different other areas because, oh, God made a mistake. Well, guess what? He didn't make a mistake. Humans make mistakes, but God doesn't. Uh, you know, I like these big open arm things at times, but I'm realizing in reality, you wouldn't have that. 'Cause how do you have that much space above the arm? Unless you've got really stiff material. I can see the open space under the hand. Reline this. Gonna have to delete a bunch of lines, as you can see. I'm gonna create a playlist for this. The 66-day challenge. Oh, nobody's here. Doo-doo-doo. So yeah, I chose this character because he sort of has his exodus. He has to exit from his delusion. We all have our things that we have to exit from, and in doing so, he does end up following God because I guess some Christian confronts him or whatever. Says, "Yo, buddy, you're not this God. There's only one God," and they prove it to him somehow, some way. I don't know what that way is at the moment because I've yet to write it. Oh, excuse me. I thought you can smell that. I thought you'd want to smell that. I don't want to smell it. But unfortunately, I'm the one here. Go over to the other arm. And now let's see. They're redoing this to be a little bit more reality based for. As you can see, I just ended up just writing on this. I might make a more intricate design at some point. The AT, that almost looks more like an X than a K. So, Kid Thunder. Yeah, so that's what I chose as a theme. As the Exodus is the leaving, the exiting of Egypt. Both my hero and villain have sort of an Exodus story in a sort of warp sense or whatever. Depending on how fast I get these ones done for today, I've got a possible special treat. I might do a third one depending on time. It all depends on whether or not I can get it done in time. This one's a fairly simple drawing. I think my other one is too. It's a little bit more detailed than this, I would think. Hellfire, which you'll see in a couple minutes here. As you can see, I'm almost done here. Well, at least almost done outlining. There's not a lot of color involved here, so coloring shouldn't take a lot of time. And I don't do a lot of shading. Although I'm working on a couple pieces right now that I'm trying to do the shading. I'll do like a 5 minute video or less showing these and the different stages when I'm done these couple videos. I'll have the initial drawing, then I'll have it inked, for lack of a better way of saying it, and colored. Because these few drawings I'm going to take extra special time with. Just, I don't know, to impress a couple people, hopefully. I think one I've sort of impressed already. Haven't really heard back from the other couple people, but uh, I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to clean up my lines here for you folks. Well, not too much of it, anyways. I've got a couple spots that I have to clean up that arm for sure, and maybe right up there, that leg piece there. So hopefully you like what you're seeing. I'm not talking much. Nobody ever comes into my live streams. I gotta get some people. I gotta get a bit more bold and trying to. I want to get super detailed right now. I'd like to get both actual characters done before I go. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. I got probably gonna leave my place at movie starts at 11:15. I can get there in half an hour or less. I'll probably leave here around quarter to 11. Okay, so I think There we have it. So let's play. And, and then just because we need to get those few extra lines out of there to mess with our head while we're trying to color. I gotta, well, easily taken care of. You're gonna have to draw a couple lines in here, obviously. One. Okay, let's get to our brush. Okay, Control A. And we'll go to this for a second. Okay. It's there, so, um, everything else looks good, I think. Good. So let's get ready to color this. Dude. Okay, wow. Did I accidentally delete the picture? Oh, shoot. Okay, let's go. Delete where. I'm not going back. I can get the picture in here easy enough. Control. Okay. Gonna save this first. AI. Okay, now we can open up the Thunder one. Okay, let's get the blue out of the way first. Okay, let's grab the red. Probably some new red there. Okay, so there. And I think that's all our red. Now we need yellow. You know what? I think I'm gonna end up continuing after I'm done coloring. It's like 10 after. I know I gotta get ready too. As much as I'd like to just grab the bus and go downtown, I don't think that'll happen. I need to get ready, so I think I'm gonna, after I'm finished coloring him here, I'm gonna end the live stream. And when I come back after the movie, as long as nobody else is doing any live stream, I will restart mine back up. Uh, yeah, I think it's oh hammer. Gotta get hammered. Okay, I've got everything for the most part. I'm just gonna. Make sure we got everything. I guess we should do the fingernails. Yeah, here's the main color again, and just get those few extra little spots. Hey, and we're pretty much done. I'm just gonna take this little bit off the fingertip. So I think that completes it for now. There you have Kid Thunder, my friends. Uh, okay, we will save this, which we just did by hitting Control S. Now we'll export it, make it a PNG with all my other PNGs and my various other characters. Saved. Oh, that's that, my friends, is Hellfire. He is a villain. And although I'm just going to set things up for later, I'm not going into oh, him right now. Okay, so folks, that is it for now. Like I said, after I see my movie, I'll come back, finish up this live stream, and oh, do probably do that bonus thing. And that's only if nobody else is live streaming. I don't want to watch while doing some other stuff. Okay, thank you very much for tuning in. Remember, hit the thumbs up button, like it, subscribe if you have yet to. Share, hit the notification. That way you know when I'm doing this stuff. Um, Comment, tell me what you're thinking, and check out my other channel, the Pied Piper of Hamilton. Okay, bye for now, and God bless. Okay, so I'm back as promised. I'm back from watching my movie. I went to see Hotel Transylvania 3. Went all by myself. Okay, I'm gonna get my tablet in on this. That way I can see other stuff. See if anybody comes in, which nobody probably will. I should stop saying that. People will come in. I don't know who, I don't know when, I don't know how. Okay, and now I can see my chats. So I'm back. Like I said, I went to see Hotel Transylvania 3. It was good. I liked it. It's worth going to see. Um, got some stuff for my other channel. I do Canadian snack stuff as one of my segments. I'm planning on doing a live stream probably tomorrow around 7 p.m. because I want to do this around noon tomorrow and do everything that I plan to do. Um, so I guess that's it for that. I guess I will go into drawing Hellfire, which you, I believe, I'm not sure whether you saw him or not beforehand. Forget. I know. It's not that long ago. So we shared the screen. Yeah, we'll hide that. Zoom in a bit here so we can everything set up. Okay, what's the thickness of our brush here? I gotta get it on the right level. Yeah, that's good. So this is Hellfire. He is a villain. I know he is. I'm not sure of all of his history, though technically he really doesn't have a lot of history. He is a clone of one of my main characters, and although you think it would be good, somehow whoever created him as a clone um, altered him. I guess there's, I'm not sure what, we don't know so many things in cloning, like are memories present or not? Does the clone have memories of the original, especially for humans? I guess he's not going to. It's hard to say. Or maybe he will, and somehow still, whomever raises him, or however you want to word it, makes him go bad. I don't know the whole gist. I just know he's supposed to be Flame's clone. Uh, and he's going to be part of a group. I got like three or four bad versions of warriors. So I don't know which one he is part of. There's the Unholy Warriors, Dark Warriors, the Evil Warriors. Then again, I got a few versions of good ones too. So, but They don't operate in the same, all in the same time period where the evil, the bad versions of warriors do. The good ones are the mighty warriors, which are the descendants of the original. Well, they start out as the descendants of original holy warriors. I don't know what to say. There's nobody here. I'm just drawn away. I'm gonna color this afterwards, obviously. And if you can't already tell, this is fire coming from his head. Although he is a clone of the flame, I suppose. I think he ends up working his power slightly differently. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get into all that when I get there with the characters. It's kind of going to be for 2 or 3 years down the road, and I'm, I got the basics of my universe mapped out for the first year. I've had it mapped out for quite some time. I don't have intricate details. I've got like my character, the Canadian Shield. I've got like what, 8 issues of him written. I've got 12 issues. I think it's 12 issues of my character, the Flame, written. 8 of my character, No Drift. I've got 5 of my character, Insecto, and I've got I think 2 written for my character, Electide. Got a bunch written for my character. I'm not sure how many got written for my character Wiz, and I've got like 1 written for my character Ozona. So, although for the first year and a half, I plan on bringing out Canadian Shield first, which I've already brought him out technically, but after his first issue out, after his second issue out, Snowdrift 1 comes out. After her second issue, Canadian Shield's third. The Flame comes out. After the Canadian Shield number 4, Snowdrift number 3, Flame number 2, it's Insecto number 1. And after Canadian Shield number 5, Snowdrift number 4, Flame number 3, Insecto number 2. We have Ozona number 1. And then, well, the next month, or however you want to say it, you extrapolate the numbers up for each issue. It's then the Wiz, and then you do the extrapolation for another quote unquote month later, and you have Electride come out. And 12 months after after I guess it would be her 13th issue, like 19 for number for Canadian Shield, downwards through the thing, the number thing, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. I start to form my group, and I've got that half planned how that happens. Well, I got the basic idea. I have to flesh it out, but I got a lot more scripts to flesh out before then. So unfortunately, I haven't been fleshing it out like I should. Um, so, like in the first year and a half of the comics, or of what's supposed to be the first year and a half, I do have it scripted who each person, what villain they face in that time for each quote unquote issue. So, and some of them I even have a little bit behind that. And then, of course, I'm always planning stuff, trying to get ahead on stuff like that. Heck, my 5th year, which I consider my 5th year, is after my. I guess it would be the 6th year. Would be after Electide's been out 60 issues, and it would be more than that. It'd be 12 more than 7 more than that for the Canadian Shield and downwards. I already have a major event planned for that. And then I also have no, yeah, I forget what you. And then even after that, I've got my 7th year. I know what my major event is going to be already. I don't want to say too much. Not that it matters because I'm not going to give any details. Year 6 is basically what I call the year of hell. Got that term from Voyager. There are going to be so many things go completely, utterly. I'm not sure what the right word is. It's just going to be so many things go wrong. It's going to be like for each hero, it's different, but there's going to be so many nasty things happening in the year of hell. And then the year of hell ends. Well, as it ends, another major crisis happened. I'm calling a matter of time. Time gets altered in a major stinking way. Told some people about this and they sort of like the idea. I'm not sure whether this event, how lasting the consequence. Well, I'm planning it to be a year-long event, just like Year of Hell. But it's a year-long event, and not the fact that you'll have for both of them, not that you'll have a special issue for each of them for each month, but everything, like say for Year of Hell, you're not going to have a book called Year of Hell. You're just simply, I call it that because each character is going to be experiencing quote unquote some version of hell. Not the literal version, but life, like how life can be hell. And some it's going to be worse than others. Major event in the cross universe, in the crossverse. But we got a long way to go to get there because, well, I've got out the first. I've had out the first issue of the Canadian Shield for just over a year now. I've sold like 2 digital copies. I haven't got it in print yet. After I'm planning an Indiegogo, and I'm paying sort of in the future, hopefully by year's end, to get the first issue made up. Got my first promo for it done. I'm just working on a second promo, and the second promo is taking me a bit of time. I want to have so much done and ready to go. When I do it. Tried a Kickstarter campaign a few months ago, but didn't kick all that well. Sort of bit, actually. In other words, did not do good at all. But I want to build up my fan base. I got quite a few on Facebook, few hundred, but I'd like to build it up here on YouTube. I'd like to get some major players being willing to promote me. Not, just put my stuff out there, willing to endorse it. But I gotta get them to start looking at me. And well, I'm working on it. Just gotta get them knowing my name. 'Cause you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Not. Well, maybe. No, why do this the way I'm planning this 66-day challenge? I'm gonna run out of characters. Because I've already done. I'm gonna try and also have the characters that I do in some ways match. Oh, and that's for the how he matches. You know, as I said, he's a clone of Jason Post the Flame. And I was thinking he more matched just because he takes an exodus, a leaving to the belief sort of that he's had, although this isn't the real Jason clone, but if he remembers, if the clone is supposed to remember everything that Jason's gone through and done and it's happened to him, then he sort of is exiting the beliefs of his belief, his beliefs, but not his beliefs, if you know what I mean. It's the clone thing is a hard thing to think of. We know so little about real cloning. Whether different the results of different stuff. You know, whether personalities are the same or whether they remember anything. You know, because if they don't remember anything, it's just whether person that happens to look like the person they're cloned from. And if so, it just becomes my opinion. If they don't remember anything or don't even have the personality of, you've just got somebody that looks like you means very little, in my opinion. You've got your twin. That's about it. You've got a twin at that point. And that's, of course, if you have accelerated cloning, so you can get them up to the age you're close to the age that you are supposed to be. If you're in, I'm not sure whether I got any viewers or not. I can't. I just see the chat. Can see the chat. I've got to learn to get everything. Got to learn more about the whole YouTube thing and how everything works, especially for streaming, for seeing your chats and all that. And yeah, especially if you're showing your screen. So as you can also see, I gave him a really different look than Flame. Figured, well, Flame's never been into heavy metal, but I figured give him more of a heavy metal look with a name like Calfire. Yeah, that, no, that's completely and utterly off. But the way I want to draw that boot, I do not have the expertise enough to do it that way, I don't think. Looks like a dolphin foot or something. Okay, so let's zoom out a bit here. Let's see what it looks like without. It does look pretty neat even without. So, okay, okay. I'm gonna take out a couple of those lines that don't need to be there before I start coloring. So we make, and then we expand. And hopefully, stuff. Well, I guess we'll see in a few minutes here what we got, what we don't got. Okay, so control A. We'll make again. Bring that picture into view. Unlock. We'll undim. So we get sort of the right colors. That over there. Yeah, I decided not to add the extra stuff on the mask or the mouth entrance there. I just figured it'd look better without it. Okay, I went for green and I got black. The inside of that is red. Yeah. Oh, well. In a second or two, we get some major stuff here done. I'm quiet. Nobody's here. I'm just coloring away. I almost forgot I was on a live stream there. It's just that quiet. Don't see anybody saying anything. Well, I'm almost done here, as you can see. Um, Hoping you're liking this. Um, Jewels are not colored on things, so I don't know what color to make them. Or if you want to call them jewels, I don't know what they are. If I don't know what they are, how the heck are you supposed to know what they are, right? Okay, so bring up color here. I'm gonna make these really reddish. And I'm gonna have to go and do a couple here, get the lines made out on them proper because one won't let me color and the other's colored in green. I see now, so but that won't take long. Let me take out the bottom layer, the other layer, layer one with the original drawing. Away, we will expand, unselect. We will get our brush, black color for our brush. Um, and now we'll just throw that there, down here, throw that in there, select, expand it to transparent, we'll make, we'll unselect, we'll zoom back in, grab color from one of these things, and we'll color the other two in. And although I don't like the color of the hands, let's see, I need something else colored in. That colored in that. Hands are supposed to be brown, but they do not look brown at all to me. That looks better. Well, any skin is supposed to be brown slash black, you know. Flame's a black guy, so I guess we should color his eyes, eh? You know what? I'm going to take there. Let's see what it looks like that in the eye. That just looks awesome. So that, my friends, is Hellfire. Hopefully you like him. I thought you were gonna see him for a while. So let's save him as AI. Don't need a PDF version. And then we'll export him as a PNG. Okay, so that is it for now. Stop sharing. And of course, no views. So remember to hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you have yet to subscribe. What else? Oh, hit the notification that way you know when I'm doing stuff. Oh, what else? Share, comment, check out my other channel, The Pied Piper of Hamilton. I'm thinking of trying to do a live stream tomorrow on that for my segment of Canadian snacks. I went and bought a bunch, so I'm just going to bring them in, go through a bunch of them. I don't know. I'm going to play a lot by ear because when you have nobody tuning in, it becomes not worth it. But I'm doing my 66 day challenge. Okay, bye for now. Rick Piper. Crush. Oh, comics out.